Welcome to my new Let's Play series, Final Fantasy VII, No Sphere Grid, No Summon, and No Overdrive challenge. And we're gonna first pick the standard sphere grid. Doesn't matter, we're not gonna use it. And I'm not gonna say that long name. We're gonna say NSGNSNO, which is the common name for this challenge. And it's basically just a harder version of the No Sphere Grid challenge. It takes away some options, like what you learn when you go through this the No Sphere Grid challenge normally is that, like, when you get towards the end game, you'll use like Riku's Overdrive mix to make very powerful combinations, like trio of 9,999. And what it does is it makes every hit do that damage, and you'll combine that with Wakka's attack reels, and you'll just delete bosses' HP bars. And it also makes certain bosses in the mid game more difficult because we can't use summons to dodge attacks that normally kill your whole party, or use overdrive for extra bonus damage. So we got to come up with more creative ways, or just try to stay alive longer just to kill the boss. And that's going to be some of the big difference between the two versions of this challenge. And the thing is, like, about the big thing about Final Fantasy X that makes it a pain to do like challenge runs is that you can't skip any cutscenes whatsoever. I don't know why Square didn't put it in any of these remasters, but they messed up there. So we're just here at this flash forward, at the it's like right next to the entrance of Xanarkand Ruins, but we ain't gonna be there for quite some time. We gotta do a lot to get to that point. So I'm not sure if I want to talk during cutscenes, so I'm not gonna do it this episode. But let me know if you want me to talk over the cutscenes or you just want to enjoy the story. I mean, I've seen this story a bunch of times now going through this game, but it's just, I'm excited to get into this, show you some of the strats I came up with to get through some of these bosses.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Alright, so we're here at the opening of the game. The opening of Final Fantasy X, it takes a little while to get through, and there's a lot of tutorials that force us to do certain things that break the rules of this challenge. So there's going to be a couple exceptions throughout certain points in the game where we have to break the rules of the challenge, where we can't use summons or overdrives. And so I'll let you know when those things come up. But sometimes it's going to be obvious. The game will put a prompt in our head and tell us to use use an overdrive, or you have to use a summon, and we have to do it there. But yep. So we gotta meet, we start our main character here, Titus, famous Blitzball player, and he has this fans crowd around him, so we gotta go talk to the fans. And the thing about Final Fantasy X is a lot of this game is voice acted. So it's a little different from the Let's Plays I've been doing recently, where, well, the only other two I have so far, where I had to read all the text before.
Good luck tonight.
So this is kind of fun and new for me.
Oh, if I score a goal,
what you gonna do, man?
Do this. That will mean it was.
He's a man of the people.
Okay.
You gotta keep the fans happy.
What seat?
He's blocking the front row.
I didn't say the voice acting was the greatest though.
Got
I think the main cast is pretty solid, but some of the NPCs, non-character characters, voices acting is a little questionable.
Can you sign this?
No problem.
But it was, first of its time.
All right.
One of the first, I would say. I don't know if it was the actual first.
Take it easy.
Get out of here, little scamp. I think. Okay. Yep. After we talk, run into talk to those
Cheer
people,
for me.
then fine, move on.
2, 3. Teach us how to play.
And yeah,
Hey, I got a game.
infamous
to play.
Blitzball. We're gonna be doing
after.
a lot of that in this
Maybe
run.
tonight,
Depending on how much Blitzball you do, it can make this challenge a lot easier or more difficult.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Because you can get some really good items off of Blitzball. But you gotta play a lot of it, a lot. So we got our first hallway, we like to call it these days. It's not, you know, it's not a big criticism between, even though people don't really criticize it that much, but you know, Final Fantasy X it's a very linear game, but it disguises linearity well compared to like if you played 13. You know how they call that game the room of hallways. But you know, 10 has a lot of, the design is very similar when you think about it. I mean, there's like some pathways here and there with some items, but a lot of time you're just going straight.
I was in a coffee shop running away from
And
home when I
you're
heard
hearing
the
Jack's
news.
monologue. We're probably not going to hear that.
Gone.
Probably not going to hear the whole thing, so we're going to move forward. So I'm going to talk about Tidus a little bit and how he's going to work. So Tidus, he's like our third best attacker. And the nice thing about Tidus is that there's a lot of nice equipment we can buy early in the game that makes certain that makes this challenge actually possible. So without these items that like I think his name's Owaka sells later on, this challenge will be impossible. But Tidus with his high speed and a decent evasion stat, it helps a big time. I usually like to put him on the front line because he's like the second fastest character in our party. So I'm gonna let this cutscene play out and I'll be right back with you. Yeah, so we just got attacked by something that just happened. You know, people was in panic. I'll be running for my life too. Some giant missiles just came and started blowing up the stage. So we're gonna get into some combat very shortly, but we gotta meet up with another playable character here, Oren.
What are you doing
And
here?
I'm gonna talk about Oren after they get done talking here
What are you talking
about Tidus trying to figure out what's going on. So Oren is a very useful character in this run. He's the only character that has over 1,000 HP, which is very invaluable, and he has the highest attack stat out of all the characters. But he's really slow, and his break skills are actually very useful. Well, his one break skill that he has is very useful early game. and certain bosses as well. Well, you see everybody's frozen here.
It begins.
Yes, it does. We're ready.
What?
Don't cry.
I ain't crying. I'm hyped. Let's go. Oh.
Oh,
This game has some weird stuff, man.
what the?
That's what most people are saying when they play this game the first time.
Hey, wait! Hey,
Alright, so
not
here
this
we
way.
go.
Look,
We're gonna have some let's take a look what he's trying to see. Show us, game. Nice transition.
we called it sin.
Sin?
So we got some monsters to take care of now. But we just gotta do. I don't remember if we. Pretty sure we're gonna start fighting after this cutscene. Let's see. Well, here we go. Yeah, like that's gonna work. Oh.
Take it.
Get the fake first weapon. Doesn't look too bad though. I kind of like the design of it.
A gift from Jet.
My old man?
I don't know how. I mean, that looks like a good swordsman to me.
I hope you know.
I'm sure he's not that great using a sword. Ah, the classic Tita stance. Let's get it.
These ones don't matter.
Pretty simple fight here. We're just gonna hit the attack button, and we're just gonna win. Let's get him out of here. And I like that little like cinematic where you're like, you know, you take out a line and they move forward. It's nice little like scenes like that in Final Fantasy X's battle. I really like that nice
Don't
touch.
bother going after all of them. Cut the ones
So we
that
just got
matter
some
and
more
run.
guys to just take out in one hit. See 79 damage, nothing to get worried about. Take this one there. Another one. There we go. And then we're gonna go, let's see. There's no experience here because, you know, this is all tutorial. So we got our first boss, he would say that. And we got our first exception of the rules coming up here. Now the game's gonna make us use Oren's Overdrive, and we have no choice but to use it. The game's gonna take away all the other options. So let's just do that real quick. And this boss cannot kill you. The only attack it has is Demi, and that just does percentage-based damage. So you can never die from that. So don't worry about using items. So I'm just gonna use I think it's Dragon Fang here. That's what it's called. Let's just enter the commands here. Nice, got it. Just to get rid of all the little enemies there and show you. And now we're just gonna attack this thing, and hopefully Oren gets some crits or Titus gets some crits, so we can kill this thing fast enough. So we're not here all day. So, yep. And you see when that orange bar, when that bar is filled under their name, you can use their overdrive, but that bar is gonna be full the whole entire game. So we're not gonna use a single one. At least for Titus. That goes for Titus. So let's keep going. Get some more attacks. He got a nice crit. I want Oren to get the crit though, because we can get some. He does over, I think, like almost 600 damage. Really speeds up this fight. But it's all luck. So I'm just gonna spam the attack button until this thing dies. I repeat, we're in no danger here. This is all tutorial, so this ain't like Dark Souls where they put you in the first room and they just kill you instantly if you don't know what you're doing. Alright, takes care of that. Nice cinematic death. So hopefully get that transition coming up soon. There we go. And I'm just gonna touch the circle here is our save point. And the nice thing about Final Fantasy X save points is that they actually heal your party. I'm not gonna save though. And we're gonna go into the next set of our next fight here.
What are you laughing at, old man? All
I don't know,
right, let's
man. You
get
tell
out of
me.
here.
I mean, you're the one talking to a screen.
Huh?
I mean, I am too, but
Give
you
me a
guys are with me,
break,
right?
Man.
I hope so. I mean, I look like a crazy person if no one's actually here talking with me. You know, talking with me. Yeah, I might be a crazy person after all anyway, doing this challenge. Alright, another simple fight here. I'm just gonna take out a couple of these guys and then Oren's gonna give us some instructions. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna take out this guy that just flickered so he doesn't hit me with that attack. These guys don't do much damage, so the only way you die if you just, you know, never finish the objective and just let them keep hitting you without healing. And you see these guys, you can actually dodge their attacks too, because they generally don't have that much high hit rate, because even Oren's dodging these attacks. So like, this battle is like in your favor, 100%. And so Oren's gonna tell us to attack that machine over there. And I believe you have to hit it 5 times.
Trust me.
To win this battle. So let's just do that. I don't think the damage matters here. Actually, I don't think it does. I have no way of confirming it, but I'm pretty sure it's 5 hits. Come on, get my turn. Okay. One more time. Alright, and it should be the last hit now after these guys get their turn again. See, the thing about Final Fantasy X, you know, it's actually turn-based, but there's conditions on how characters get their turn. And we're going to be manipulating that throughout this run to get extra turns or get turns lined up the way we want to finish bosses off or survive attacks. But right now, the beginning of the game is pretty simple. We don't have any options. All we can do is use attack and item for most of our characters. That's true for the most part, but there's certain characters we get later that has more options available to them. So like this challenge gets more interesting the further we get. You know, the enemies get stronger, but we don't, technically. But we get more options because we're gonna be collecting like rare items.
Oren! Oren!
You are sure? This is it. This is your story. It all begins here. Hey. Hey!
Wake your ass up, man.
My
This man's always daydreaming. Pretty simple. You really can't miss it as long as you hold left and go down. I'm just going in a circle here. You can you'll see the image of Jack here and your younger self.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what
Like,
I got
what is
myself
this
into.
place?
I started to feel lightheaded and then sleepy. I think I had a dream. A dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone, beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore. Anybody there? Oren! Hey!
All right, so we're another area here. I don't know what's about RPGs and waking up in strange places, but they just have a hard on for that. At least the ones I play. So we're actually gonna do something a little special here for this playthrough. I'm gonna go to this. We're gonna go to the left here, and we're gonna go to this spear on the ground. That's gonna allow us to do something a little something special. If y'all know, if you play this game, you know exactly what I'm about to go do. We're almost there. Up these stairs here. So I'm gonna talk to this spear here, interacted with it, and we're gonna use that to transfer all the Albedo primers I collected in my other playthrough, so we can actually know what the Albedo are saying. Yes, we're gonna do that. Come on, do it. Do it, please. Do it, please. Did it not work? Okay, there we go. Do it. There we go. Okay, I was just pressing the wrong option. Let's just make sure I have all my primers here. Go to key items, drag all the way down here, and all of them are collected. You know. So now, you know, in the cutscenes, you can see what the Albedo are actually saying. Normally, you have to go through the game and collect through them all. I think by the time you get the last one at the end game. So, kind of wanted to have that. You know, I worked so hard collecting, why not show them the fruits of my labor? So, we're going to end it here. Hopefully, find a way out. But come back to the channel and keep bringing it to you. Thanks for watching. Take care and see ya.